If only Peter were here. He's the only one I can turn to, but it's too late. Everything's too late. And Bennett is dead because of Spider-Man. Quote, Betty Brant, Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, Issue 11, Turning Point. When Peter hears that Doc Octopus is about to be released from prison, he goes to the warden to petition against his release. The warden tells Spider-Man that Octopus served his time and tells him to get out before he has him arrested. I was able to spend all my time improving my dexterity with my extra arms. I can use them so well now that I'll never be captured again. Knowing that Octopus will probably go back to a life of crime, Peter develops a spider tracer device which will allow him to track Octopus wherever he goes. When he tags the car coming to pick up Octopus, Spider-Man is shocked to find Betty Brant driving. He also finds that she dropped a map to Philadelphia from the car when she picked up Dr. Octopus. As it turns out, Betty's trouble involves her brother Bennett, who is the lawyer for the crime boss Blackie Gaxton. He also owes Gaxton a large gambling debt. In changing back to his Peter Parker identity so that he can search the neighborhood without attracting attention, he finally finds Betty. Then it was you. I found you at last. Peter, you've been searching for me. I never dreamt, but I couldn't let you just walk out of my life. You mean too much to me. Oh, Peter, what a fool I was. I should have confided in you, should have told you everything right at the start. I need you, Peter. I don't know where to turn. And then, her trembling voice choked with emotion, Betty tells the boy she loves all about her brother, Blackie Glaxton, and Dr. Octopus. So I just had to drive Dr. Octopus here, Peter. It was the only way to keep my brother safe from Blackie's gang. I was ashamed to tell you before, to tell you my brother's a lawyer for a dangerous mobster. But you can't be blamed for that, Betty. You've done all you could. I'm glad you told me because I have some good news for you. I just learned that Spider-Man is in Philly to keep tabs on Dr. Octopus. I'm sure that we won't have to worry about Octopus or Blackie Gaxton with Spider-Man around. I've just decided I can't keep it from her any longer. Once we're back in New York, I'm going to tell Betty that I am Spider-Man. Meanwhile, Dr. Octopus frees Gaxton and they take Betty and Bennett as hostages as they escape by boat. But in his haste to reach Betty's side, Spider-Man carelessly slips on a coil of rope as he lands and ow, my ankle. All of the bonehead things to do. I didn't notice that rope lying there. Of all the times for this to have happened, I sprained it. I can't put any weight on it. Well, looks like we got company on your feet, pal. We're taking you to the boss. We found a stowaway, Blackie, friend of yours, Dr. Octopus and Betty and her brother, as well as Blackie and his gunman. Now I'm really in for it. Spider-Man, what did you bring him down here for, you fools? He's too dangerous. Don't worry about him, Gaxton. I've been waiting for a chance to have my revenge on him. You won't have to worry about Spider-Man. I promise you that. But there are some other things you can start worrying about, such as the fact that I'm taking over now. Now that I know the money is on board the ship I need, you no longer. If I'm ever going to make a break, this is going to be my chance to do it. Hey, look out. He's busting out loose. Ugh. Since everyone is making speeches, I might as well furnish some entertainment. So here it goes. This won't be easy with a bad ankle, but if I can move fast enough to keep them all off balance. First, I'll take care of this hired hands like this. I'll save the best for last. Sorry, Doc Ock. I didn't mean to knock them into you. Oops. Watch yourself. I wouldn't want you to skin your pink little knuckles when you fall down and go boom. Clumsy fools. Hope he stays down there long enough for me to put Blackie's men out of action. Nice try to the playmate, but you're not pushing around a helpless gal and her brother now. What's up, Blackie boy? Oh, trying to reach for that pop gun? Wait, let me help you. Even Spider-Man can be stopped by a bullet. Ow. Betty, Bennett, stay back. Keep undercover till I get his gun away. Bang, bang. Those shots, they're going wild. Might hit Betty. Look out, Betty. Get behind me. No, Bennett, you're getting in the line of fire. Stay back. I'm all right. Spider-Man, stop struggling with him. Those shots will hit Bennett. Bennett, speak to me. Ugh. He's been shot because he tried to help me. Oh, Bennett, it is better this way. I was no good to anyone. Maybe now you can wash your hands of all this. I told him to stay back until I got Blackie's gun. Why didn't he listen? It's your fault. You hadn't interfered. If you hadn't tried to be a hero, it might not have happened. I hate you. Do you hear? I hate you. You don't know what you're saying. Stop it, girl. You mustn't. You can't mean it. If only Peter were here. He's the only one I can turn to, but it's too late. Everything's too late. And Bennett's a dead because of Spider-Man. She really thinks I'm responsible for her brother's death. How can I ever convince her she's wrong? But there's no time for that. Blackie's escaping and Dr. Octopus is still at large. I've got to move. His heart filled with burning rage. A vengeful Spider-Man goes after Blackie Gaxton. I'll get you, Gaxton. There's no place on Earth you can run to now. Blast you. You've ruined everything, but I'm not finished yet. That's it, Gaxton. I've counted the shots. Your gun's empty. Hold him, boys. Keep him away from me. But oblivious to the pain in his ankle, to the men trying to hold him to everything, save the fury in his heart, Spider-Man picks up the trembling mobster in one hand and there's only one language a killer like you understands, and this is it. While in the hole below, an equally furious Dr. Octopus hurls the remaining mobsters away from him as she casually as one might swat a fly. Out of the way, you weaklings. I have escorted a cell on the deck above. This is the wrap-up, Spider-Man, the moment I've been waiting for since you sent me to jail last year. Octopus is back. I was afraid of this. He almost beat me last time when I fought him alone. I've got to keep moving. I got to stay out of reach of those powerful arms of his. Why prolong the agony? I'll get you sooner or later. You can't do any more swinging if I grab the line. You're swinging on, can you? Just watch me, Doc. I'll give you a little lesson in arrow gymnastics. I sure wish I felt as confident as I'm trying to sound. Luckily, I had enough momentum to keep me swinging over to this smokestack. Bah, kid stuff, using my arms to propel me. I can still move faster than you. Zat! How come I'm always way ahead of you, big mouth? Can't keep swinging forever. Maybe I can get a breather by dropping King down to this walk under the upper deck. Oh, I forgot about my ankle. Got to keep my weight off it. It hurts worse than ever. Say, I thought I got rid of you guys before. Don't you know when you're not wanted? Maybe I can catch Doc Ock off guard by swinging up to the deck behind him. It's worth a try. Well, so much for that idea. I expected you'd try something like that. Now I've got you. Don't bet on it, chum. Just wait till I finish wrapping this little rope pulley around you. There, pretty good knot, huh? What a Boy Scout I'd make. Oh, what a shame. Looks as though you can't keep your balance well. Have a nice trip. I knew you have to let me go in order to use your free arm to balance yourself. As soon as I tear this rope with my free hand, I'll get you, Spider-Man. I'll end your career for good. Yeah, some career. No vacations, no pension plan, not even a salary. Go ahead and end it. Who cares? He's gaining on me. Maybe some web shooting stretched across the whole hatchway will stop him. You should know this better than this, fool. I'll rip through your inflexible webbing in a matter of seconds. Well, you can't blame a guy for trying. Uh-oh. Now what? Now I've got you trapped. That's what. Not yet. You haven't had a whiff of some chemicals foam from the fire extinguisher first. This is nutty. It's like being on a merry-go-round. I'm not doing Betty or myself any good this way. I've got to find a way to beat him. Can't see. Well, you're lost in your little one-man fog, Doc. I'll just skippy-daddle-do out of here by zipping between your arms. Now I've got to find Betty and make sure she's all right. Meantime, at the other side of the ship, Blackie is knocked out for the count, and between Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus, our lives aren't worth a plug nickel here. I know what you're getting at. We might as well grab Blackie's 100 grand and hightail it out of here. And while you take for a hostage, I've got a hunch Spider-Man won't bother us if he thinks you'll be in danger. No, let me go. I don't care if you shoot me. I won't go with you. Do you hear me? I won't. Naturally, you won't, my dear, because you're going with me. Dr. Octopus, oh no. She's fainted. It's just as well I'll be able to carry her without her screaming. There comes the launch to pick up Gaxton, only they'll pick me up instead. But at that very instant, take your hands off her. Spider-Man. I'll leave the girl behind. Spider-Man is more important. I'll get him to follow me into the launch. He won't have as much room to maneuver there. I'll finish him off easy. Can't move fast enough. My ankle keeps slowing me down. You want me, Spider-Man? Come and get me if you dare. He knows the odds are in his favor on this smaller boat. It'll be harder for me to dodge his arms, but I can't quit now. I just can't. I knew that they should have set you free, Octopus, but I've got enough on you to send you back for a long, long time. You're whistling in the dark, Spider-Man. You'll never leave this launch alive. He keeps warding off my blows with his arms. Can't get past his defense. No matter how strong you are, my arms are stronger even faster. I'm getting out of here. I agreed to pick up Blackie, Gaxton, not to take two battles furious aboard. Ha! I see you're tiring, Spider-Man. Too bad for your arms are mere flesh and blood. not tireless artificial appendage like mine. He's right, I am tiring. Can't take much more. I've waited a long time for this moment, but I never thought you'd make it so easy for me to get my final revenge. I thought I have to search for you to what? Who's that? It's a police launch pulling up to us. Ahoy, the ship. This is police. We noticed your boat out of control. Stand by. We're coming on board to investigate. Only seconds till they get here. Got to stop Octopus before then. I'll still have time to destroy you before they land, and then I'll make my escape. But it's just then the pilotless craft running out of control strikes a piling, hurling the two battle super foes into the sea. Crash! Whew, that happened just in the nick of time for me. Now, if I can just swim underwater to the dock so I won't have to explain to the police. Made it, but it looks though Doc Ock got away too. Maybe just as well. Next time we meet, I don't want to be held back by a useless ankle. I better make sure Betty's okay now and wait there. She is now. The police arrive and arrest Blackie and his gang. Later, having changed back to Spider-Man, he learns from Betty that she hopes to never see Spider-Man again because she couldn't bear being reminded of her brother's death. This hampens Peter's plan of revealing his secret identity to her. Can you understand that, Peter? Or do I sound like a fool? You could never sound like a fool to me, Betty. Of course I understand, and I'm sure Spider-Man would too if he knew. Blackie Gaxton, first appearance. Betty Brant, first appearance. Apparent death. Spider Tracer, first appearance. Spider Tracer Tracker, first appearance. Note, this is the first comic not to feature J. Jonah Jameson, not counting Amazing Fantasy 15, as he had yet to make his debut. He is not even referenced in the comic. Peter Parker recounts his last battle with Dr. Octopus back in Amazing Spider-Man 3. Peter Parker thinks that he was the first person in town to break into jail. He seems to have forgotten that Electro previously did the same in Amazing Spider-Man 9. Bennett's financial troubles are explained in more detail in Untold Tales Spider-Man 12. Although Bennett seemingly dies here, his true fate is revealed in Venom Volume 2, Issue 21. On page 7, the comic narration states that Peter Parker's flight from New York to Philadelphia took a few minutes. In the fourth panel from page 8, Steve Ditko's half Parker, half Spider-Man image has Spider-Man's outer eye colored in red, not black. Next issue, Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, Issue 12, Unmasked by Dr. Octopus.